another night stream. I really shouldn't be doing this stream, but I feel like I want to do it right now just to get my thoughts out there. So probably this Saturday we're gonna have E Black on the channel. I don't do interviews often. It will be something I do more. It won't be. Let's just say it's a conversation. It's not really so much an interview. It's gonna be an exploration as to how his mind works in regarding to the Black manosphere. His it'll be a lot of different stuff. So keep that in mind. Oh, I'm living great. Today's Friday. Today's payday. I get paid multiple ways: YouTube, Cash App, my businesses, obviously my money. So I get paid every week, every 2 weeks, every month, every day. So it is great. But what inspired this? So shout out to Ches. She was on Bernard Riley about a week ago, and she did a video on Cynthia, basically Cynthia G, or the talking point. She doesn't know her, so she's keeping it basically in line with her brand. I will give her credit. She brought some points that even I probably wouldn't have brought. So I will definitely share her video. It is worth checking out. Um, and I'll leave it at that because she's given some points that you're probably not gonna hear from anyone else. But so I like to share those conversations. But I gotta say this, and I want this to be clear. So let me be very clear about this. And this is not just at Q Butter, but this is an example. If you all don't know Q Butter is a pro. He's kind of like George Macon, or I would say Information Man. I tend to like Information Man more than as far as the most out of the three. But these are guys that are talking about the black community, and they all have in common that they are actively doing things. They may have different backgrounds, but they are all actively doing things in the community that they promote what they're actively doing. They are making active contributions, on the ground contributions. I do want to give them credit for that. I don't want to belittle that. I don't want to make it like they're on some YouTube shit. Some of them are on YouTube, but for the most part, what they bring to the table is more what they actively do. Even though Information Man probably has a stronger show, actual stronger YouTube presence, I want to acknowledge that. That being said, um, and this is really for Q Butter. Q Butter defended Cynthia G once upon a time, and this is not the first time Cynthia G has done this attention horn shit about promote the killing and murder of black male children in particular. And I'm gonna start off here because I want anybody that listens to her or is deluded like her. I want y'all to really understand something. Let me control my thoughts. Let me get to Q Butter, then I'll jump to the other thing. First things first. Q Butter defended Cynthia G. This is not the first time Cynthia G has talked about aborting black male babies. Q Butter did not defend that. It was another topic in conversation. It was probably something else she said that he defended. And also, motherfuckers saying that Cynthia G is pro black and all of this, or the argument that Cynthia G is holding black men accountable. These would be the same bitches that you say 1+1. You say word for word the shit light skinned Keisha, which I give her. I don't care. I give her a lot of credit in that moment for saying what she said in the video. Shout out to Poor Man's Podcast for covering that. Dudes can say word for word what she said, and then you still consider bashing black women. It doesn't matter. These are the same women who'll say that will be the same women that can listen to a female saying black men can't even you could never get in the black manosphere and say anything within the same ballpark of that shit and niggas actually. But even if it's dudes that don't even date black women, sit there and actually let you say that. But motherfuckers, not only black women, but black dudes will actually sit there and listen to that shit. Because it's not the first time she said it. It's probably one of the first times she's actually promoted it in a video as far as titling it and everything in a form of a question, because she'll hide like a coward, like I'm asking a question. What's interesting is and Cuba defended this person, and it's interesting. Um, O'Shea just did a video about Selena Johnson, the chick on the Cocktails for Hoes or Cocktails for Queens on Fox Soul, who's a singer in Chicago that actually didn't defend R. Kelly, but it just said it maybe R. Kelly's misjudged and he needs to be in a psych ward. Even though it's absolutely true that R. Kelly was abused, that's actually pretty much factual, which I think he should be in jail personally. But I think a lot of women should be in jail for the same shit, to be honest with you. Um, but she had a different opinion, and all these women went off. I don't know what community motherfuckers are trying to act like they live in, and people will always pretend like the shit is in YouTube. Well, R. Kelly's not in YouTube. How people reacted to R. Kelly was in mainstream media and everywhere. Bill Cosby wasn't in YouTube. Muhammad Nori wasn't in YouTube. Like these things that black men shit. What happened to T.I. and Tiny recently with that bitch? That's not on YouTube. This stuff is happening in real life. The dumb shit Rain Brady is doing is not on YouTube. Just because YouTube is like pretty much like a fucking TV channel that people can just gather on. But that doesn't mean shit just operates in the YouTube world. And I can tell you right now, women do have abortions based on gender. My mom did it. I was supposed to have two older sisters. My mom didn't want girls. So women when it comes to the feelings that a woman has when it comes to a child, a lot of these bitches need to be real careful about that shit because it may not go the way you think it'll go. Number one, I mean, remember when Rashida Schwarber said she almost had an abortion because she didn't want a dark skinned daughter to go through what she did? That didn't even have anything to do with hatred. I've heard Chrissy allude to that shit too about I don't want to, not for a girl, but I just don't want to bring a child in to this world. The women, y'all like again, shit like this. David Carroll is absolutely right when he says being a black woman is a mental illness. Because for most of y'all, it is. For about 80% of y'all, it is, and y'all start playing with that shit, you know, and then y'all feel guilty, y'all feel this, or you have to triple down on the hatred in order to cope. But anyway, the fact that you have dudes that are actively doing stuff on the ground and they won't like denounce Cynthia G, you're not gonna tell me Umar Johnson doesn't know who Cynthia G is. If you can't remember, this is why I say, and I'm probably gonna do a series. A couple of series I want to do is when I do these uploads. Congratulations, you played yourself. What does it take for somebody to be unforgiven? And it's another one that I wanted to do that I think I typed it. Yeah, I typed it. It's in there. It was inspired by me being on the panel with Charles. But you have people. You will never hear that shit in the manosphere. Like, I don't give a damn. Anybody that's like, you will never hear that. You've never heard Jap say that. You've never heard David Carroll, when he talks about that shit, he's talking about that shit when he goes into the eugenic stuff every once in a while, he's talking about everybody. He ain't talking about like, just one group or another group. And the thing that I always come back to, and this is why I always come back to, this is why you should tell these chicks to date out, is why don't they? You're talking about having your children. Look, man, black men, 50%, 53% of black men don't have kids. Black men occupy the widest gap of men without children from women that do have children of all the races. Black men for the most part don't give a flying fuck about you having our child. And another thing that you dumb bitches never understand. Do you really believe that if a black man wants to have a black baby, he needs an ADOS black bitch to do it? It's called intercultural dating, dumbasses. That's all it's called. You're not running shit. You really are out here believing that you all are in control. If black men wanted to pass a black genetics down, we don't need you to do it. We don't even need to go to Africa to do it. Most of us don't even need to leave the United States to do it. That's assuming that's what motherfuckers want to do. All you'll do too is just push people more into SYSBM. You really and really what a lot of this is about a lack of power. Look, for Cynthia G herself, she gets paid doing this. Her channel is growing. She's getting donations. At this point, this is probably only one of the main ways she gets income. So she's just financially connected to her bullshit. And I do believe she believes it, but I believe that part of that is fueled for that. You listen to people like Nyla that was also in the conversation. From what I'm to understand, Nyla's kids aren't even black. Like, they're not even black like that. Like, she had them with a white dude. So it's like, and you will never hear these, like, and the thing, well, I'm not gonna, that's not true. Cynthia G used to talk about the white devil and all that. But the reality is, this is, again, why do you not date out? I don't understand that. If you're in the city that you're in, because you say her city, then they want to talk about people want to hunt her. We know what city she's in. She is in a city that has damn near very few black men, and the ones that are on point, other races are doing it, they dealing with them, and the ones that are not are. This is not a great city. I don't even. It's not a great dating. It's not a great city over there. So the only thing you really can do is date out, and you've never really left. We're not even going to talk about the fact that if she still has that kid, because nobody really knows if she's aborted that kid or not. She apparently she does have Perkins' kid, so she didn't have an abortion. This is a bitch that had a kid with a black man, and you're not going to say she didn't have these. This isn't some new thought that she came up with. This is the same bitch that went from literally one corner of the country to the other corner of the country and had just to have a motherfucker's baby. Like people don't understand this. And I'm gonna tell you something. If I ever caught a bitch that I was fucking listening to this bitch, that would be over. Like right there. That would be over. Because that's a psycho that would listen to somebody like that saying shit like that. That's like if somebody sat there and they heard, like, I'm not even gonna get into it, like what some of the scenarios are, but I want the main thing, and really, I'm doing this to kind of promote what Chad, some of the stuff Chad was talking about, because she ain't really go in on Cynthia G. She just brought some other points. Like one point, I don't even go deep into it, but one point she brought up, because I don't want to give y'all everything, but one point she did say that I will say here is that abortion psychologically affects women. Women can fall in that feminism all they want to, but I will draw one of the direct correlations to how fucked up black women are from the overwhelming level of abortions black women have. And when you hear Jason Black and people, to be honest with you, I'm not going to say this is always true, but you got to look at a woman with a side eye that's had abortions. Because, and I talk from my own mother had them, but I'm going to tell you, that shit, especially when these women are already like unhinged in the first place and they have abortions like fucking candy at this point, some of them, especially in our community. They're not even having family planning abortions. They're basically just having, I don't want to have a kid by that nigga. I just don't want to deal with a baby. I still want to be out here having fun abortions. Oh, Jim Rat, I remember that too. And they got rid of that shit. Those videos are not there like that anymore. But I remember that too. And I never liked Cynthia G. Because you can always tell the bitches that are really going to go bad. I could tell with Chrissy. I could pretty much tell with Paris. You can always tell the women are going to go bad. Because they always leave the door open for them to do so in their rhetoric. And they always are kind of very laissez-faire about really holding women accountable. You know, they really are real. They always try to provide an out for females. You can kind of tell. But the thing about it is, these women are talking about not having your children. And as far as I'm concerned, you black bitches should. Here's the thing. You bitches, y'all keep talking about. I'm gonna say it just like this. Y'all are so, and I'm talking about the ones that think this way. So this is Cynthia G's ilk. This ain't all black women. This is for women that listen to her or women that are like her. Y'all sexual discipline, y'all have such a lack of sexual discipline to the point is when you bitches are in heat, any dick will do. Because y'all say black men are the bottom of the bottom. So we already know if you're gonna fuck black men, that you all will fuck any man. Because you all are desperate to not really deal with black men if you could avoid it. So the bitch, the nigga that Lonnie, the white dude that Lonnie Love has, you all would see as like a god. The reality is, you all have to tell yourself this shit over and over again because you all can't help yourselves. You're like animals. You really have that lack of sexual control. So you have to talk about what you hate, what you want to do, what you want to abort. Bitch, how about you stop getting pregnant in the first place? To have an abortion, you have to let a nigga nut in you. So what you're essentially saying is that we still want niggas, we still want that feeling of black nut in us. We just don't want to have your baby. Do you realize what if we're gonna play a what if and I'm the watcher? What if niggas just say we just won't fuck you? You don't have to abort shit because you won't get the sperm to do it. We just won't fuck you. We just won't. And then here's the irony. For the dusty niggas, let's say, okay, these little dusties you talk about, you're doing that nigga a favor. Let me tell you a secret, you stupid bitch. Let me tell you a secret, you dumb horse. Most black men wish you would abort these kids anyway, because they don't want to pay child support, you dumb hoes. Shout out to Dre. Judge Dre said that shit the other day. I gave the chick the money to abort my kid. She didn't do it. He literally said that before this video even popped the fuck off. So a lot of us wish you would abort motherfuckers because we don't want a kid with your ass anyway. So tell yourself whatever the fuck you want to. Abort that motherfucker. Fuck child support. You are literally saying that you want us to nut in you and fuck you, and you think you're doing something aborting our child. You are a dumb bitch. The stupidest bitch in the land. You are 37, 38 years old. And you really, at the end of the day, you're doing what the fuck we say, even if you think it's your own idea. This is how fucking stupid you are. You actually think you're saying something. Do you really believe a nigga other than Perkins wants to have your kid and to have a tie to you? Hell, you probably would have did better aborting your own kid rather than him being able to be in hell for 18 years living under your ass. Imagine being a boy or hell, even a girl, living under a chick like that. But this is the mentality. This is the mentality that these women have. And to be honest with you, I've heard about Nyla's situation. I don't personally know, so I'm not going to comment on what I don't know. But I've heard like different iterations of her origin story, but that's irrelevant. That's irrelevant because, her you see her nigga every day, so whatever. Whatever. But as far as Cynthia G goes, shout out to Mr. Beach. Hit him with the calm voice. It needs to be because they actually think they're doing something. Should we? So how do y'all go from that? But and this, Mr. Beach, this is where this shit becomes fucking hilarious. So you all go from divesting from niggas to aborting their children. Well, to abort their children, you got to still be letting them fuck. The only thing men really care about is fucking. Remember, y'all said big dicks and swag. Most dudes want y'all to have the right to abort because they don't want you to. They want y'all to be able. They want to just fuck you, nutting you, smut you out, and be done with you. Y'all think y'all actually in your mind thinking you doing us a favor. If a man really wants you to have his kid, he's going to marry you, even if it's just going to the courthouse. Now, Art will tell you that shit. My cash app is $Allen 100K. ALLEN 100K. I wish I could do a I'm not on StreamYard, so I can't do it. But somebody type that shit in there. Do me a favor. Type in $Allen 100. I know y'all got paid. Go ahead, cause you niggas talking about boy, that's why I aborted your baby. Well shit, well bitch, you want a present? Because you just saved me whatever the fuck I was gonna have to pay you times 12 times 18. You saved me a financially transmitted disease, bitch. This is where people like Corey Holcomb make sense. She actually thinks she's harming black men. Well, what if black women as a whole abort black male boys? Okay, then all y'all are doing is accelerating what needs to happen anyway. Because the reality is, like, how is that any different than what you all are doing right now? Y'all only are getting babies out of like 18% of these niggas. I mean, it's literally at a point now. Shout out our Artie Edmore for the $5. Much appreciated. Somebody dropped my cash app in there. Sign Allen 100K. Appreciate it, Art. Like, the thing about it is, you really make it sound like black women have done everything they can possibly do to destroy the black male image. Black women have done everything to do. I mean, shit, you gotta remember when Cynthia G posted this. Cynthia G literally posted a video talking about aborting black male kids after in the aftermath of black women literally killing boys and killing girls in multiple situations. Now, if good and goddamn well, if that shit was in reverse, then everybody be talking about how, think about it. Where is the GoFundMe for Cynthia G? Where is the fucking not GoFundMe, but where's the fucking what's that bull? I forgot about that bullshit that dumb bitch did with Kevin. So Kevin's creating an environment of hostility and violence for black women. Yet Cynthia G can openly say some hate speech like that. And none of you niggas better go over there and report her shit. Do not report Cynthia G shit. I repeat, do not report Cynthia G. You niggas better never, ever, 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 click on that report button. In fact, if y'all want to be assholes, y'all need to go. If y'all want to troll her, if y'all got to do that, go over there and like the shit. Go over there and like the shit. Don't even like it. Make sure that shit gets promoted. Why? Because you promote hate? No, because the thing is, number one, you prove that YouTube is full of shit because it shows that YouTube in the algorithm as it is will share that shit. But fuck that. The reality is what that is the more people that I hope Cynthia G, and I mean this, I hope Cynthia G gets over 100 by the end of the year. I hope Cynthia G gets more subscribers. I hope she does. I know I was talking shit about that a while ago, but I'm dead ass. Because the thing is, what Cynthia G does is she proves what we're talking about. If people want to say, well, you all promote hatred towards black women, okay, give me the clips. Give me the clips where this hatred was promoted. I asked a bitch on Facebook to show me the clips of black men bashing black women in the Lapeep group. This bitch shows that video O'Shea, BGS did with the kind of chubby Filipino, half black, talking about black men are not valued by black women. That's bashing. And the dude that actually shared that was sharing that really in the form of a question saying, what do you think about what this woman said? And I said, that's the best you can do? And then what made it so bad is it was like three other black women in that thread. And I'm talking about like it was four. It was the bitch that tagged me and three other, and they didn't even register that as like an issue. So this shit looked dumb. And then I told her, I said, I mean, why are you doing all these emojis, all of these fucking memes? I mean, like in this group, I mean, like everything you do, it's like more that than text. Like, how old are you? And I clicked on her damn thing, and I'm like, she like cinnamon colored. I mean, I'm like, bitch, you you're childish. You're acting like a kid. Facebook skews older anyway. Most of the kids are on TikTok. You're on the wrong platform. And it's like you're doing the fucking most. And it's very obvious you are. Always doing posts, always doing all these extra emojis, like everything's a joke. And you think you're being cute. No, you look dumb. I'm 35. I just had like two of my I talk to them like once every maybe year or 6 months at most because they're married. And when people are married, you're not in a business, especially when female, you ain't business like that. It is what it is, different time. But I talked to them a little bit yesterday because their birthdays on the same day, and whatever. And I think of them, and I've known these two since high school. I think of them, and I used to be real close. I dated, technically I dated, whatever. I think of, and even the women that they had kids out of wedlock. I think of them, and I think some of the bitches online today, and I'm like, wow, man, y'all are like on some completely other bullshit. But anyway, and really a lot of this speaks to anger and frustration. This level of hate comes from powerlessness. That's where this level of hate and anger comes from. It doesn't come from a position of strength. It just doesn't. Like either way, to abort black male children, you all have to actually be fucking black men. And so you literally basically proved that divesting was bullshit. Because remember, Cynthia G has come out saying she's not pro-black. See, that's the argument everybody was giving me when I said, how could this bitch be pro-black and say all this shit? Well, really, she said, Edward, that she ain't really pro-black. So why is she making pro-black talk under the guise of being pro-black, that black women need to abort black male children? Like, let's get past the fucking outrage and really just examine it. Let's get past all the attention whoring by saying crazy shit and just really, really, really um think about this. To abort black male children, you have to be fucking black men. And do you actually, and here's the irony. You make it sound like right now, you all are kind of running a limit to black men even willing to give y'all sperm. Y'all are gonna have, the reality of the situation is, and this is based on BGS's research, shout out to BGS, that black women are actually having to import other races of men because black men are not willing to give them a kid enough. So these niggas, or these non-black men, are actually donating their sperm to these women because they not helping you with the motherfucker. They just dumping y'all off. And guess what? Those lighter skinned black women are going to be elevated over the darker skinned black women, according to your rhetoric and your logic. And by definition, they're not going to be as angry at black men as the other black women are, because they're going to, even if they're being selfish, they're going to say, okay, well, I can play the best of both worlds. Because this is the story that all you bitches like to say, right? This is you all's little story, that this what goes on. So by your logic and by your reasoning, the shit you're saying doesn't even add up. Even if I completely give your reasoning, you all say light-skinned women are elevated in the black community by black men. Well, if that's true, then the very motherfuckers you all are going to get, because guess what? They're not going to be loyal to the fathers that just dumped them off and gave them sperm, because they're not going to know their dads. Because these other races ain't really trying to fool, as Jason Black would say, fool with y'all like that. And y'all ain't putting them on child support. And if y'all do, they damn sure not gonna fool with your ass like that. And all y'all gonna do is push more black men. And see, here's the thing: y'all are not even gonna always have the opportunity to abort black male children. Because we like Justin Timberlake is 40 years old. The people I remember in seventh grade when NSYNC and Britney Spears was first coming out, and I remember that very much because y'all may think, oh, what you talking about? NSYNC, Britney Spears. Nigga, I was in foster care at 13. For 13 for like 1 year. So I was at the YMCA. Artie Edwards still listening. It's the YMCA in Morrisville at the end of Cary Parkway. Like right after you pass High House. It's still there. I know he'll know where that is. I ain't nowhere near there now, so I can say that. But it was a white. I say that to say this. It was a white YMCA. The only niggas you saw was to play basketball. And trust me, them niggas were regulated. Them niggas were regulated so bad they didn't even try the nigga shit because they knew that shit wasn't gonna be tolerated. and they like the courts there, so they damn sure didn't want to get kicked out. So they acted right. Cause you dealing with like, white people that really like the fuck you doing. But anyway, all they played was white music. And then I'm dealing with these fucking Cary kids, these white motherfuckers. It was an interesting time. I got a couple of stories with that, to be honest with you. They had a great ass pool though. Oh man, they had a Olympic size good shit. But anyway, Artie Edmore, yeah, you know. I say that so you know. Yeah, we talk about some white folks. So all they played was white music. So NSYNC, Britney Spears, all that. And I'm talking about when Britney Spears debuted, like Beyonce, Crazy in Love, like when she debuted as a solo artist. I'm talking about the debut shit. I'm not talking about all the first three album shit. And this is really before Justin Timberlake even broke off to be his own person. This motherfucker's 40 now. Britney Spears is 39. So these like Beyonce's 40, Kim's 40, they're done. I mean, really, for the prime dating market, they've exited. So my point is, it's over. A lot of these women that say the most craziest shit, they're all the same age. Chrissy's 36, Cynthia G's what, like 37, 38? Paris is on the younger side. All of these, but she ain't saying shit like that. But all of these women, if you understand it, their sexual marketplace value is fuck. Now you already understand white boys ain't fucking with your ass once you hit 30. White women are fucked at 30. So these women are way fucked. And now they're starting to get fucked in the black male dating market. They have nowhere to go. That's why Cynthia G, if she had that kid, she had to. Because that was her last shot. So these women talk a good fucking game. But this black sperm from especially that's why they always talk about they ain't getting paid no money with child support. Because the niggas they getting kids by ain't got no money. The ones that usually are having kids that got some money are dudes that are getting married to these women. But these motherfuckers ain't these military motherfuckers ain't they usually getting caught up by white people. White women. Trust me on that. So the reality is, yeah, that's all they doing, man, code. And so when people like look at the outrage and all this bullshit, and even somebody like Shez, I would, you look at somebody like, think about it. You look at somebody like her, Chantel Simone, you look at these women, and then you look at, Pink Book, obviously Crimson Cure, who's by the way growing. Y'all want to do something? Promote Crimson. Y'all need to start promoting the living shit out of Crimson Cure. Like, get ass equal to that bitch. Y'all want to do something. Y'all be getting mad when I be promoting some of these women, even some of them, and then they go bad. It don't matter because I'm not worried about what the fuck they do. Love Dorsey too. You promote, if you, by promoting these women, you give a counter narrative so these bitches ain't just, because these women don't look. If one thing that the light skinned Keisha video showed is these women, you realize how goofy these women look when somebody that look like them just even acts like they got some basic common fucking sense. Now, am I endorsing look, man? I see some of the pictures. I know she got a body. Goddamn, nigga, 10 years. Nigga, 10 years. But whatever. I'm not, hey, I'm glad you came out on the other side, but that shit would, I would never recommend somebody doing that. Shout out to Dardar off topic, but Kendra did a great during the Peep show when she broke down hypergamy and how it was supposed to work. The case. I mean, yeah, she did. And again, what Kendra showed is how goofy these women are when you actually put them up against another a variable that really where they gotta put up or shut up, they look stupid. They do. And they're not gonna say the same shit. Because technically people forget, Kendra was, man, these other women weren't. So it is what it is. And then see what they want. Now that JR is the one I think that got her. Kendra comes from our space. And I'm not gonna, yeah, she comes from the angry men division. So I'm not gonna sit here and like act like, oh well, everybody's the same. No, they're not. She comes from Angry Men's group. Could you imagine if Angry Man went on that shit? Could you, yo, nigga? I would donate today if they put Angry Man on that motherfucker. I would donate like $100 fucking, yo. Angry would be like, hey, let's do some sip at like, look. But the truth is, you couldn't have him on there for those 6 hours. But because somebody's getting cussed out, like the show. You imagine he won't jump on the women because most of them, I ain't gonna lie, Cat would get on his nerves. Cat would get on his nerves. But some of them callers, but probably what Angry Man would do is he probably hold it and then make a show and then just let them have it. Let somebody have it. But whatever. That shit would be interesting. Cause see, they can't pull that shit on him either. But whatever. Whatever. One can only wish. Could you imagine David Carroll on a Lapeef show? Could you imagine Jap on the Lapeef show? Oh my god. Oh my god. Glenn and Cameron probably would fit real well. You say some shit. This is why I don't date white girls. I mean black girls. But anyway, my point, going back to my point, it's goddamn. Like literally, you're literally talking about, yeah, we're gonna have sex with you because we have zero pussy discipline. We're even gonna let you nut in us, but but if it's a baby, if it's a black male, we're gonna abort it. I'm like, bitch, okay, okay. So basically, what you saying is you gonna do the shit you already really doing. Y'all already only fuck the niggas y'all want to fuck anyway. There is nothing you all are doing. There is nothing you all are doing that you all are not already doing. You all are already fucking the dudes that you only sexually attracted to. You all are not fucking dudes that like could potentially build for the most part. And then if we're talking about people that listen to Cynthia G, y'all are already quote unquote divested. How are you divested but still fucking black men? I keep telling y'all niggas, you all need to fucking tell these women, why don't you date out? I mean, I don't know. There's a reason why I'm not commenting on a lot of these guys being sick. Because a couple of things. First of all, I'm not gonna be fake. Okay. I'm not. I definitely wish these guys well. Number one. I don't want to see that happen. I don't want to see that happen to nobody. And I mean that, but I'm not gonna just say some shit. I'm not gonna be one of these motherfuckers on Facebook saying some shit just to say some shit. I'm just not. I've never been that person. I've never been that person. I've never been that person. And I wish all these guys well. I mean, honestly, I think I fuck with O'Shea, but I kind of think that the video he did was a little bit in poor taste. I personally think he should just. Okay, let me say this. It would look it's different with me not doing the video as I'm less than 5,000 subscribers. O'Shea's got like 180. He had a working relationship. So let me take that back. I understand why he did it. Cause it would really look foul. I don't know. Okay, I'll give O'Shea this. It's a damn if you do, damn if you don't. That's a damn if you do, damn if you don't scenario. It really is. And I don't really know really what to say to that. So let me fall back on that. It's a damn if you do. Because if you don't do it, then motherfuckers gonna say O'Shea an asshole, look at somebody sick, and he don't give a fuck. Like, so it's like it don't matter. So whatever. All right, I tell you, I actually retract that. It's a damn if you do, damn if you don't. I just know I just know I'm not in that situation as far as I gotta do shit. I mean, y'all know I fuck with Donovan. I would hate, and then what's really kind of scary is Donovan is actually a healthy person. Donovan is in shape. Now, Donovan, appreciate it, Justin. Now, granted, Donovan has done stuff in his past that he said, like drugs and stuff like that. But Donovan is and I don't do shit like that. But Donovan is in shape. The fact that y'all see niggas in shape getting fucked up like this, that's crazy. And then the fact that he caught it, and then his I guess his wife Devin's in there. I mean, that shit's serious, yo. But yeah, man. And that's the thing. But going back to this bitch, Cynthia G, that's the thing that kills me with that. It's that it's the like, yo, that shit don't even make sense by proxy of your own logic. Like, even if I go dive into the fucking Inception, we gonna do an Inception with Cynthia G and explore that shit. Nigga, that shit is like going to Hellraiser for niggas. And then this shit don't even make sense by your own logic. How are you divested, but you still fucking black men? I agree with you. Black men ain't shit. Why are you fucking them? Why are you fucking them? If you got these options, why are you fucking them? Why are you even giving them the opportunity so you can abort their kid? Because again, Chez is absolutely right. Women act like aborting kids don't have no medical effect, but these the same dumbasses that will go and get Brazilian butt lifts too. And again, somebody might hear this and be like, well, that's not me. Okay, then it's not you. It's not. It's not. You know, I can tell you right now, like, I'm one of the worst ones because I can for the most part I got a good eye for telling black women that's on the bullshit to the varying degrees and the ones that got some common fucking sense. Like, for real. And the reality is, that's something that doesn't get talked about, but it's that I don't believe in just, oh man, there's just great black women. No, I don't believe in saying that. I mean, if people act like it, black men are really not approaching black women. So it's not, black men are not so bad. It's like if you a black female and you act like you got some sense, then black men are just writing your ass off because of shit they see on you. No, no, you get the opportunity to prove how fucked up you are usually. But so the few women that listen to me, they already know I ain't talking about them. And most people have seen when women come up on my panel, you see how I interact with black women. You see how I do it. So it ain't like, oh well, you bitches just gotta get told. Da 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 da. No, no, no. That is, I don't have that. But if you bullshitting me, and that's the same thing with a dude. If you bullshitting me, then if I don't agree, then I don't agree. But like I said, Cynthia G, man, that shit make I'm thinking about it like in real time as I'm talking to y'all, and that's crazy. It's like, yeah, we should abort black male babies, so we shouldn't have your children. So why are you giving them pussy then? Why not just go gay? Why not just, you know, fuck any other dude? Like what? Why? Because I'm gonna tell you, if you want to hurt black men, don't deny them pussy. That's going. If you really want to bother black men, when these ugly bitches stop fucking black men, they gonna really feel some type of way. Because some of these niggas are so fucking stupid that some of these niggas will really have blue balls if a black bitch ain't willing to fuck them. This is why a lot of these niggas even talk about y'all in the first place. Because he's like, have you like nigga, do you fuck other races of men? No. Why? The fuck is wrong with you? Well, ain't none of them around. That's bullshit. Any nigga saying they're fucking lying when they say that shit. Even though some people say that, I bullshit. Well, man, I'm just not sexually attracted to the other. Really? So what? You fucking only? I'm like, nigga, I mainly fuck black women, yes, but I'd be damned if I become a fucking priest for their ass. Nigga, if look, trust me, I'm fucking short. Black women don't like short niggas like that. Now, granted, maybe it's because I'm light skinned, maybe because I have bright brown eyes, because this is what they comment on. Nigga, I've even had this is gonna sound weird, and I'm sorry, but it's happened. It's happened a couple times. I've even had women comment on my ass. I'm like, "Ooh, you got a nice." I'm like, "What, bitch?" That shit goes all the way back to high school. Like, what? I don't know what to think about that. Just things like probably because, like, I'm telling you, dead ass, like dead ass. I came out of a pool one time, and you know how you don't wear, swimming trunks. You just say, "Fuck it, I'm gonna wear shorts." I came out of the pool, and I'm not even bragging. I just came out, man. And this chick that I'm talking about, this chick she was very attractive. I don't use the bad and the fine words here. And let's just say this chick attractive, and she's married now, and she light skinned. The look that this man, that was one of the first times I saw you could get it look. And I'm short. I'm not used to the you could get it look. But that I said that I s- it, man, yes, and I find that weird too. But I've had that commented now, maybe not recently, I'm not gonna front. But like when I was like, let's say 25 and younger, I've had that told to me a couple of different times. And I just don't know how to take that shit. I mean, not that hey, compliments are compliments. No, it ain't like that. And apparently that is a thing. That is a thing. That is a thing. That is a thing. Women don't talk about that as much, but that is a thing. I don't know if it has to do with thrust. I don't know. But that is a thing. But but yeah. And niggas don't care. Niggas are like shit. Whatever gives me easy access, shit. I'm going for it. But I can't really intelligently talk about that. But I will say that's a conversation I would be interested in hearing women that are attractive actually have. But my thing is, and I date black women of different type. I date dark skinned. In fact, I would more grab not. I don't. I've dated and been rejected by my share of dark skinned women. So yeah, so I date them all. But my thing is, um, I like so it ain't every and truth be told, every black height ain't a deal breaker for every black shit. It ain't. But you gonna have to be mode one about it and just have to take the hits. You just going to. And again, I'm putting all of our variables out there because I'm not gonna say that that's the same for every dude. I'm not gonna say that because I don't know. I really don't. but I know my experience. So when I say this shit, I'm not just saying it, but what I'm telling you is, and part of it, I'm not gonna lie, in North Carolina is a different environment than maybe I don't know. But what I will say, I would not be on some, I can't fuck unless it's black. I'm not doing that. Like and you got niggas that do that shit. And I don't understand that. Or niggas, here's the thing. It ain't that they do that. What they'll do is they'll fuck uglier women because they're black. They'll fuck uglier, fatter women. And Game Changers talked about this. And I'm like, why do y'all do that? And these niggas that actually think they're blacker than you. And here's the thing. People would be saying, oh well, I said no, because you are me say on my platform. Like you got female, I know females with black women. Now, I'm talking about like brown skin, dark brown skin, however y'all do the spectrum. I'm like women that are like Kelly Rowland skin tone. I'm talking women where their faces are gorgeous. Kind of like they kind of got Chaz's kind of head shape and their faces, and she's an attractive woman. But I'm talking about their faces are gorgeous. Hair, black hair, you know it's black hair, but you can tell their mother didn't fuck it up. But they ain't got the body though. Now here's the thing: it ain't always they ain't got nobody, but they ain't got like a black woman's body like black men like. They just don't. They're built more like they may have a little bit more on them than Iman does, but they're built more like Iman from that other motherfucker, that white dude. That they got mad that he gave her all that money. They didn't like that. And so those women tend to see them with non-black men because honestly, non-black men tend to approach them more than black men do. So they actually get better non-black men than they would get black men. I wouldn't tell them to just, oh well, for the race, just tolerate you're not being validated. Ignore the intention from the non-black men and just, stick with the brothers. No. I'm not telling them that. I'm not gonna tell them that. If they would ask me, I'm like, look, if this is who fucking with you, that's who fucking with you. I'd say leave your options open for brothers, but shit, at least if that's something you don't like. I'm dead ass. I would never say that. So this is not something that I like, oh, I'm saying for black men, but for black women, I'm just full of shit. No. Well, what about black love? What about be pro black? Well, shit, black love and black exclusivity is two completely different. It's not the same thing. It's not. It's not. Just because you fuck on a non-black bitch doesn't mean you don't like black women. That's how black women take it. Well, that's their personal problem. Because black men don't even take it that way. Well, when I have a mongrel kid, y'all don't want to raise it. Yeah, we're not, because we're not doing that anyway. But most black women are not disqualified just for dealing with white dudes. We just not raising no kid you have with them. Those are two different things. Post it in the Discord, Jr. I wouldn't say that. Yeah, I can see that hybrid with the Mexican thing because Mexican women don't really care about height. Some of them do, but most of them don't because they use, yeah. So you 5'7", yeah, you'll be able to do that. And are all black women getting ran through by non-black men? No, I know black women that legit they only deal with brothers, and that's for a variety of reasons. But my thing is, dudes are not supposed. Women is generally the women are more expected to sit with one group than the men are. Now, granted, other races don't do that shit either, but we are where we are. But my point is, this idea, like, how are you saying that we're gonna? Because again, Obsidian has asked Cynthia, and she finally answered, like, why they even still have sex with black men. But it's like, but you're divested though, so this shit doesn't make sense. So actually, I'm actually not even taking that seriously. It doesn't. Because eventually, if y'all start, if like dudes start noticing that y'all are doing that, the only conclusion is coming out of that is they're gonna start fucking with black women. And it's gonna get to a point, and that's why that's never gonna blow up like that, because it's gonna get to a point where black women will see that as a threat. Because dudes will sit there and start, because if dudes start fucking with y'all like that, then the resources that come along with it is gonna go too. Well, black men ain't got no money. Yeah, we ain't got a lot, but it ain't no money. It ain't no money. I don't know about that, Cortez. I kind of agree with David Carroll. I don't see black women aborting a non-black kid. We can't. Unfortunately, we can't have statistics to show that. I don't see that though. But anyway, I hope this has been enlightening. I'm gonna share the video with Chaz. Definitely check that out. It's worth a check out, especially if you're a woman. I would actually check that out too, because she actually brings a couple of things. He brought a lot of stuff I didn't know. I didn't know. So anyway, y'all, appreciate the cash app, appreciate the super chat. With that being said, this is Edward signing off. Peace. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Peace.